Hello, sultry sluts, degens and cucks, demons and angels, and everything in between. I'm your host, Dizaster, and welcome to the Degeneration Podcast, episode 43, yes? 43, yes. The podcast for the degenerate generation. Here with me is my charming co-host, Mandato, and our guest with us today, Ryptydeplays.
I'm eating steak.
You're invincible. You're invisible, by the way. I just wanted to mention.
You are.
Yes.
You are invisible.
I'm here. It is I. Oh, fuck.
There we go.
I meant to do this. How are you guys doing today?
Please put the clothes back on.
How are you guys doing today?
How
are you guys doing?
I'm doing pretty fucking horrible.
Why?
I took a really big bite of steak. You're gonna have to give me a minute.
Is
My
it well
legs
done,
are
you monster?
tired because I work.
No, it's I'd say medium rare.
That's all right.
My legs are tired and my back is tired because I bent down a lot and I was standing a lot.
Yeah, you're back at your old job.
No, but this is significantly better than what I felt like. And also, I made a ton of pizzas, and that was fun.
Oh, make me a pizza.
Oh, pizza's nice. Isn't pizza like the cheapest thing to fucking make?
No.
Not quite. It depends on the quality of ingredients. For us, we use mozzarella that we cut in store. We use pepperoni that similarly we get from the deli. Yeah.
Yo.
No. Okay.
I've seen like the 70-pound cheese wheels. Do you watch Brandon Ferris?
No.
He bought a 70-pound cheese wheel off of Amazon.
Okay, but
he got covered in cheese grating.
The genuine best way to describe Market Street is half of it's a grocery store and half of it is supposed to emulate an actual fucking street market in everything that you would find in there. In terms of foods, but all in one store.
By the way, if you're gonna talk about your old employment, I wouldn't name them.
Name them.
Don't name them.
Burn some bridges.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I name them?
Because we're on a public podcast, and I don't.
Hey, as somebody who worked at FedEx, fuck FedEx. They don't know how to treat employees. You're welcome.
All right, Ryptyde.
Garbage company.
You do that.
They had somebody die in the parking lot and they covered it up.
The fuck? What the hell?
He overdosed. It was one of their managers. Like one of their head managers.
What the hell?
Yeah. FedEx sucks.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Imagine you die, but your job says no.
No, you didn't. You were politically imprisoned. God. So Ryptyde, you recently moved into a new place. Like you said before we started rolling. Month. Yeah, every month. But hey, that's content for every month. How's the new place?
Oh, I'm still eating steak.
All right.
Okay. Oh wait, now I'm thirsty.
I think it's kind of funny that the.
Of course I am. It's a fucking cheese wheel,
So it's pretty good. I'm going to be redoing a garage that's a barn that turned into a garage that also has a room up top into like a full-on area. But we have to wait for the landlord to get his stuff out. So right now I'm in a small room where I can't get in and out of my chair easily because I have to push my mattress because I'm not going to sit on my bed if I'm just going to have to move it again.
Sit on your bed. Do it, pussy.
No.
You have to like unequip your chair.
Like, so my chair can't move back. So I have to turn it, push it down, and then get in and then turn back.
You're like locking yourself in.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm locking myself into my chair.
Oh my God.
So what you're trying to say is that it's effectively just a carnival ride.
I could get a seatbelt. I wish it was a carnival ride. It's like a carnival ride of depression.
Get fucked.
Depression carnival ride.
Get fucked, you absolute bitch.
Ooh, I scored a Twitch drop.
You scored a Twitch drop from what? Oh, are you lurking on something else? Oh, okay.
No.
I mean, I don't care. I'm lurking on someone else.
No, that'd be great. Who are you lurking on?
By the way, wait one sec. Shout out to Mandato, the Arbiter. Speaking of lurking, you should hey Mandato, you should finish Security Breach.
You should.
No one was watching. No.
I was watching.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I
Well,
was.
you can't just stop streaming something because nobody's watching, or else you'll never get anybody to watch.
Exactly.
Which is
Sounds
why I
like
will do it.
some pussy shit. And also, I want to
fucking
watch
show me
because
out.
I've only watched one
Fine.
person play the game.
What? Alpha. I'll do it.
Speaking of,
I
y'all
was
should
gonna say, don't worry, Diz, I'll play it for him.
y'all should watch Mandato the Arbiter when he actually streams. Me and the homies waiting for Mandato the Arbiter to stream.
Hey, Diz, I got a question. What was that stupid dumb space game?
Oh, Star Conflict?
That's the one.
Yeah.
Never downloaded it. I meant to do
also-
that. I'm gonna do it now.
Head over to Ryptydeplays to watch him play Tiny Tina's Wonderland. It's
Is that
pretty
what I was
good. I was
playing last?
watching. Yeah, I was
Oh,
watching. What's her
Uh-huh.
face?
Be careful who you
Dice
say
D.
here.
Dice Queen
So
D.
it's not me.
I was watching
Not
Dice
me.
Queen D, and yeah, she ran into quite a few glitches. So
I've ran into like one.
yeah, apparently the game is not as polished as people would hope, but it's pretty new. So
It's pretty polished.
What
it's
is?
pretty. It's
what's-
pretty.
what's
Tiny
pretty
Tina's Wonderland.
not oh, Tiny Tina.
Hey, it's new, so I'm not gonna rag on it too hard.
Yeah, I'd say it's relatively polished though. I haven't like ran into anything game breaking.
But
Okay,
yeah, right
so
now I'm lurking Bootbot and Cosmic Glasses. So
well,
But
I
you
guess
know,
it's
Diz,
not
you would know that if
so
you watched my stream.
Actually,
Yeah.
shit. Wait, Noel.
yeah,
Now that I think about it, I think the only 4 games that have ever been released from Bethesda that didn't have game-breaking fucking glitches for months afterwards, or hell, didn't even have them at all, were Deathloop and the 3 Dishonored games, all made by the same studio, Arcane.
Forgetting something.
Shut up.
What,
know
what,
Elder Scrolls
what did he
Online.
forget?
Shut up.
Elder
I'm
Scrolls
not.
Online.
Shut
Mhm.
up.
Mhm.
That's not a game.
What?
It's
Yeah,
not
it
a
is.
game.
Stop.
He says.
Stop talking. Stop.
It's not a game.
what
He
is
says.
You don't deserve a platform.
It's an
If it's not a game,
experience.
then what is it?
It's a real
It is.
experience.
It really gave me some experience.
It's an MMORPG technically, but I don't care. It's
What's the last letter in G?
It's
What does the G stand for?
gun.
Gun?
Gun.
MMORP gun. Yeah.
So massively multiplayer online
And
role-playing gun
yes.
in a
Yeah.
medieval game.
Yes.
That's not Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
Yes.
Yes.
You're saying they have guns.
Yes.
Yes.
So if I launch up ESO right now,
Yes.
Yes.
I can go grab a gun.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, then let's just put that to the test, shall we?
No. We're in a podcast.
That's fine.
All right. As you're
We're a podcast about information.
doing something stupid over there.
Smart.
Real stupid.
As you're doing
You're
something
mad. I'm
real,
eating steak.
real
You don't have
dumb
any
over
fucking
there.
steak.
I ate steak
You
yesterday.
steakless bitch. Yeah, but this is souffled.
yeah, you're right. I only had
Souffle is nuts.
Campesies.
You don't even know what souffle means. That means I cook you in a bag of water.
That's just not true.
That's
but
not you and Souvade. Is it
that's the one.
Souvade? Yeah, there
Yeah,
you
that's
go.
one. Souffled, sous-made,
Soufflé?
you know? What's a
You are-
souffle?
What is
I forgot.
Are you
Hold on.
fucking kidding me? It's basically a
Cook my
muffin
own
top.
food.
Souffle. How do you spell souffle?
Soufle. Imagine
Okay.
actually not fucking cooking like ever in the
I do
in your
cook, I
life.
just don't know words.
Have you ever
Sorry.
fucking been in a kitchen? You
Sorry,
dumb
I just bought
bitch.
some saffron. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, also, I'm depressed because we were I
You
was
deserve
told that we had okay, fuck off. But I was told that we had saffron rice today.
Mhm.
I was lied to because she
Lied
said it was misspoken. She actually meant cilantro rice,
Oh,
which is significantly worse than
That's a
saffron
big
rice.
mistake.
actually cilantro on rice, like
No,
cooked together,
cilantro
it's
is
pretty
good,
good.
but saffron is
saffron
the
is
shit.
different. I just don't know how to prepare it well. Apparently,
Yeah, that's
I had
the
it-
only problem.
I had too much other stuff. But
Wait, did you just say cilantro?
also
Yeah.
thank you for the posture check.
I think I'm
Cordy
one of those
Cordy
people that
Carrot?
thinks that that cilantro might taste like soap.
Oh,
You are
yeah,
one of those people.
you might be one of those people. It's just like,
Like it's
It's
not
a-
horrible, but it's not good.
well, a lot of it's just a big taste bud thing. Like, Yeah, some people just don't like it. Some people just do like it. It's
I
just
just have a
And you're
refined taste bud.
50-50. You just
right,
you just
and
lost
I
the
mean,
coin flip.
and I mean, you're absolutely wrong for thinking that, but you know, you are totally
You're
valid.
wrong.
You're valid, and you should be held on a high standard. But also, I hate you, and you're stupid.
Got him.
You're welcome.
Okay,
dude.
let's
All right.
actually start
Oh
on
no,
like
no,
the
no,
topic
wait.
before we.
One last thing.
It's
So-
been 20 fucking minutes.
Shh, I got this. I know how much time has passed. I've been staring at it. But I will say, one really cool thing happened recently. Vivi got her new PC, and
True.
so we played Apex yesterday, and she was absolutely gaming. She could actually, see it. She wasn't playing Minecraft. She wasn't playing Minecraft in the game. Should I watch this in VR? Obviously.
Yes.
Obviously,
This
you
is
should watch
better
this
in
in
There's
VR.
no point to watch it in VR, but you know, you totally can. Like, no one's gonna stop you.
You can really
Also-
experience the stream if you watch in VR.
You
Also,
won't. It won't change at all.
You were pulling up the Magic 8 Ball, but I'm gonna refund your points since Magic 8 Ball should be disabled for this. So
I just feel like you haven't given me any attention to my redeems.
no, I've been hearing them. They're funny
Good. You're not. You show no emotion.
because I'm always horny.
That's
That is true.
pretty gay.
Hey, are you the one that's horny? All right then. That's what I thought.
I
Also,
am
how do I
always-
refund points? I don't remember.
You got to go into like the points queue.
If you wait, did you opt me?
Mm,
I
Why
can
do you
do it
call it
for
op? This
you.
isn't Minecraft.
Opt me.
okay, fine.
All right, I got you.
Oh, God. 1 sec. I need to disable this. Okay.
Wait, hold on. I have the power.
Now
Is
you
it
should
because you
ban him,
changed
dude.
your name? It might be because you changed your name. Here,
No,
I
I should try
just
forever.
opt you.
I don't
Diz,
think it's because I changed.
Diz,
my
now
name.
you should ban him. Ban him, Diz.
Ban him. Do it. Ban him.
Give
Preferably
him
don't
the power
ban
to
me.
do something and then take it all away.
Anyway, I'll do it for you. 1 sec. Sorry. What did you want to refund?
Refund the Horty Parrot. Should I watch this in VR? Ask Magic 8 Ball. Okay.
That's
Got
a
it.
horny
Done.
parrot, not horny parrot.
Yeah, it's Horty
Alright, I
Parrot.
did it.
That's what I said.
I swear to God, you said
Anything
horny.
else, or is everything else good?
Okay.
Yeah, could you redeem? Should you refund all of those I'm horny?
There is a
No.
posture check and there is a hydrate.
Yeah,
Besides
that's
that.
fine. That's fine. Okay.
Alright, done.
So,
Marked all of them as
anyways,
complete.
let's get into our topic for today.
Wow,
Myths-
finally, Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay. I'll say the topic while I'm doing those arm curls. But we're doing myths,
Being a little
cryptids, and anything related. So like we have like cultural things that keep children in line. We have fucking
Baba Yaga.
the Baba Yaga.
Like fucking flip flop.
We have ARGs. We have all that shit. And I'll open it up with, a pretty common one people think about. But there's an addendum to this. So you guys know about the megalodon, right? An actual creature that used to exist.
Yep.
People still think this is real.
Yeah,
like
the Loch Ness
like
Monster.
people still think that the megalodon still exists.
Well, yeah, obviously it does.
Like-
See, yeah, the reason why is
It's like, hold
on.
It lives in the Mariana Trench, guys. It's like, do you know how water works? No, how
Hey,
heavy
I'll
water
dive down
is.
to your Mariana
No,
Trench.
no, but like it actually does exist. But it actually does because
you're
I posted it in the wrong area. Hold on.
Where are you
Actually,
posting
no.
You sent it directly
Genuinely
to
it
me.
does.
What is this?
It does.
Is it in the
see,
Discord?
I
Drop it in the
love-
Discord.
I absolutely love when people call it the Meg. It's so
yeah. No.
Where the fuck am I looking?
You're
Oh,
looking in a Degeneration podcast chat.
But it like totally does exist
It's in the
because there
Marriott
was a
Trench, you're
movie.
wrong.
There was a movie made about it, and therefore it
It was a
exists.
movie
And,
made about. Oh wow, like
I mean,
Sharknado.
it's a fictional movie,
Yeah.
and it's literally about
Sharknado's fictional.
Sharknado's real. It's
Yeah.
always existed. Yeah, Sharknado's,
No,
you know?
but actually, there was a movie called
It's
Meg,
in the
and
Marinara Trench.
Yeah,
the concept of it was that there was a like thin layer of gas that increased the pressure and was
That's how I shot
trapped
myself.
underneath the Mariana Trench or whatever, and there was a megalodon who was just chilling down there, and they could never detect him because because it was the like barrier was there, but then the barrier was released, and so he came up and he tried to eat him.
My favorite fictional movie is 2012.
Good
No,
movie.
that happened. That happened.
Yeah,
I lived through
fictional means it happened.
I lived through it. I'm gonna
Fictional
tell my
means it
children I
happened.
survived that, by the way.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
it's gonna
same.
happen.
And the Mind Calendar 2020 thing,
Yeah.
and you know.
Okay, wait. Okay, so
You guys are-
let me finish.
guys are dumb.
Let me continue what I was explaining.
Oh, about your
So-
megalodon?
Yeah. So the first people also ask, you know how Google has these things you can go down. People also ask, could a megalodon still be alive? And it says, no, it's definitely not alive in the deep oceans, despite what the Discovery Channel has said in the past, notes Emma. If an animal as big as a megalodon still lived in the oceans, people would know about it.
That's not true.
Now, let me
Okay, but-
because that goes to my actual topic. Because this was a ruse, all right?
It was a ruse. Okay,
Have you ever heard of SCP-3000?
I have.
It is
Now,
Go ahead.
you fucking
Yes.
messaged me,
Yes.
and you said cryptids and mythos,
Yes.
and you come out with SCP as your first thing.
Pinged you earlier saying that SCPs, ARGs, fantasy creatures, fairy tales,
Okay,
folktales.
But you can't
and myths
just
would
do
be
that
included.
a couple of hours before the stream.
Yes, I can.
No,
I
because
just did
how
it.
am I supposed? That means I have to change all of my preparation.
So anyway,
Oh, I didn't. You can add more.
I'm not just
I
gonna
have heard
add
about
more.
SCP-3000.
Also,
Have
I
you
did.
not-
Also, I did
What a
say
nerd.
at 5:30 SCPs would be included. I messaged.
You think I pay
Yeah.
attention to you?
Exactly. You don't pay attention. That's not my fault.
When
That's
did you
yours.
say that? Where did you say
Anyways,
that at?
It's right below the first message that I sent
Where's
you
the
today.
like in our DMs?
Yeah,
I don't fucking PM.
it's right at
some
5:30.
Remember, you gotta bring some cryptids and myths to the table. 6:25.
No. 5:30. Go to 5:30 p.m.
Okay, but they can be anything from SCPs to cultural interpretations. That does
Yes.
not include cryptids and myths. Those are different things. You are scatterbrained. You're everywhere. I can't believe this.
No.
I'm
Including
walking off the
past cryptids and past that aside.
Anyway, continue your
SCP-3000. Have you ever heard of SCP-3000? The eel.
I listened to an SCP podcast, so yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just insanity. That for anyone who doesn't know in chat, SCP-3000 is essentially a big fucking eel in the ocean. It's like the
Really
size
big
of
boy.
California.
I'll bring up the picture while
it's
you're
like-
talking.
Yeah. I thought I had a picture, but I think I
There's an
deleted-
artist's
put it away.
interpretation.
But here, you can pull it up, and you will put it in Degeneration podcast chat for you guys to see. But it is like the size of California. Like, oh, I found it. I
Well,
found it. Okay.
There's
I
that-
found-
then
It's
assume
Yeah,
that-
lenient.
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead,
Yeah.
Mandato.
No, this is sort of like the one that I posted is sort of lenient in its size.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The one that Noel posted is a little more to scale.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's Jormungandr.
It's basically
it is-
Ocean Jormungandr.
So yeah, one of the lore behind it is like, yes, like Jormungandr's myth was based on this snake.
Yeah.
For,
Fair.
Obviously.
It's the lore
Is
behind
I would like to bring to your attention that you
Yes.
are saying that California itself is not a cryptid, and I think you're wrong.
it. You know what? You might be right.
And here's my 35 page
You're
essay on
probably
why.
right. Let me
Well,
explain this little the eel to in a little bit further.
This little
So-
eel.
No, a little bit further.
He's a little
So
guy.
he's a little guy.
He's a little guy.
He's a little dude. So he stands basically still until anything approaches it. It then uses psychic abilities to mind control its victims
Hold on.
into
It
staying
uses
still breaking their mind and then eating them.
No, hold on. It's not super psychic abilities. It releases a psychedelic chemical into
yeah.
the water.
No.
Yeah.
That wasn't
It releases a
anywhere
psychedelic chemical into the water.
That wasn't anywhere in the things
So
that
you're
I
telling
read.
me he's shitting out shrooms.
Psychic abilities.
So,
that's what it said.
Well,
No.
The
The psychedelic chemical was a part of its eating, and then they collected it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the SCP Foundation collected this goop, apparently.
But yeah,
and they were using it for research. But they didn't say that it had to do with the psychic abilities, based on what I read, at least. Yeah, the sidekick abilities. Yeah.
By the way, I'm pretty sure that my computer's about to explode.
What the fuck? Okay.
Don't worry, I'll cover for you.
Awesome.
No, well, okay. I posted a picture.
Mhm.
You see that house? You see the house?
No, I don't see a house.
Mm.
What house are you talking about?
In the picture that I posted.
The roundhouse?
Yep.
It's not a house.
It's slowly growing in size.
What the fuck?
I don't know what's happening.
What does that mean?
It's a PNG on my screen.
There's a PNG on his screen that's like slowly growing in size. What the fuck?
I would get off of that
That's
page.
that's an SCP. There's the
It
SCP.
is.
You found it.
Well, Mandato's gonna die.
Yeah. It's like what's that creepypasta? Mallow.
Or
Mal-
any of
Mal
them.
Zero.
There's also a SCP where if you see a picture of it, you die.
Like Smile Dog? Is that what that is?
Smile Dog is not an SCP.
No. I was talking about creepypastas. No,
I was
you're
talking about the SCP.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Our
Our
Yeah.
SCP is
Yeah.
just cool, like the cooler Daniel of creepypastas.
What the fuck is cooler, Dan? Oh wait,
You don't know
okay. Never mind. Yep.
Yeah, SCP is just the cooler Daniel of creepypastas.
Okay, no, okay, so the house is
What are y'all
just a
talking
part
about?
of the
We're
SCP
talking about
website.
like, yeah. Oh,
That was like 20 minutes ago.
There
I
you go.
left it and then rejoined it, and it like reset.
Okay, cool.
All right, Diz, what
PC's
else
not
do you have
being
to talk
taken
about
out.
your fucking
Okay,
giant
okay.
sea serpent?
Okay, so they basically like quarantined it off and are now using its enzymes as for like research and shit. So along these lines of like mythos or like folklore or stuff like that, I want you, and we'll flip a coin
You
to
better
see who
not
goes
give me
first.
homework, I swear to
I
God.
do want to mention that it's Thaumiel, by the way,
Thaumiel?
which is important. Yep.
Oh, the class?
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Which
But,
is an SCP that is incredibly useful to the organization and therefore must not be neutralized.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I will flip a coin, and you guys will be able to bring some SCPs or like some mythos, some cryptids, whatever, to the table.
Does this mean are we gonna have them like battle each other? What?
No, I'm gonna see which ones I like better. Basically, I have some more to bring later, but I'll let you guys discuss a bit more. So heads or tails, Mandato.
Wow, I see favoritism. I see how it is.
I'll take tails.
If you said my name, I was gonna say let Mandato choose, but I see how it is.
Yeah, I was thinking about taking taking head, but then I was like, but booty though.
All right, Ryptyde, you're going
All right.
first.
What am I doing? Am I
You're
like listing
bringing
them
your-
off, or am I?
No, you're bringing your first, like the best topic you got to the table.
Oh, they all
Your
suck.
favorite one. Your favorite one.
They're all so cool. All right,
bring it
here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let you pick from 3 general topics,
Mhm.
and that'll choose what I pick from. We have H.P. Lovecraftian, we have Native American folklore, and then we have Ohio.
Ohio.
Ohio, obviously.
All right, so it's the Loveland Frogmen.
The Lovewind Frogman.
Loveland Frogmen.
All right.
Loveland, Ohio is a place.
Loveland
It's also named the Loveland Lizard.
All right.
It is a humanoid frog, standing roughly 4 feet tall. It was
Okay.
originally, allegedly, spotted in 1972. It has a musical named after it that came out in May of 2014. It is titled Hot Diggity Dog, It's the Loveland Frog. This is a real thing that I found.
That sounds awesome.
I haven't looked at it.
So
but-
it's basically a Bigfoot, but he's a frog.
Yeah, it's just a frog, dude.
All right.
It's like Mothman, but even stupider.
It's just like a kappa, but with no pond on its head.
Yeah.
All right, go on. Tell us more about this frogman.
Well, I mean, like, there's only but so much that you can really say about the Loveland Frog other than Hot Diggity Dog. It's the Loveland Frog. The pictures of it, they're just like, so like there's like actual pictures, right? Or quote unquote actual pictures.
Oh, like sightings?
Yeah. So
his eyes are so bright.
Yeah, he's got like really bright eyes and he's just
Gimme.
vibing.
Gimme, why'd you send it in there?
Yeah, he's just vibing in the pond.
Like it's just a dude vibing. Like this is the one that I have the least information on. I have the 2 sightings that were mentioned.
Diggity Dog, it's the Loveland Frog.
They're both by police officers.
That is awesome. He looks awesome.
Why is he so
I
chill?
love him.
Hot Diggity
I want to add
Dog.
him to campaigns. He's awesome.
Hold on, I have to Google this musical.
The big
All right, guys,
swamp frogs.
on your way to go get the Dragon Rider, you come across a pond, and there's this frog there.
This
And
big
the
just
frog
starts
dude
dancing.
walks out. Is that the same thing from the guy that sings "Hello, my baby, hello, my darling, hello, my
don't
right
think so.
thumb gal"? What is that? What is that from?
That's a song.
That's an actual song.
No, the like animation. It's like a Disney animation of the frog singing that.
That would be Kermit.
No, it's not Kermit. It's not Kermit. It's an old cartoon.
Apparently
Yeah,
an old
Violet.
cartoon, yeah.
Violet knows.
That's because Violet's old.
Unlucky.
Oh, also, I mean, I guess he has leathery skin. And he can jump.
Michigan J Frog. Yeah.
Okay, so
There
you're
it is.
describing a normal frog, right?
Yeah, it's literally just a normal frog, but he looks like a dude.
But he's like standing upright. He's tall
Yeah,
as
and he's
hell.
4 feet tall. Yeah.
Well, tall as hell for a frog. Yeah.
And he's 50 to 75 pounds.
That's
Why
awesome.
do they know this?
He's like a small child.
Well, you can guesstimate. I mean, it was cops that have the 2 spottings, but they're 2
Okay.
weeks apart.
Okay.
Okay.
There is one entry. There's a recent entry on the Wikipedia for this creature. If you want me to read that out.
Sure.
In August 2016, local Cincinnati TV stations reported that a night of fun turned into a chilling tale of hell when 2 teenagers playing Pokemon Go between Loveland Madeira Road and Lake Isabella claimed to see a giant frog near the lake on August 3rd that stood
Oh,
up
he
and
came
walked
back.
on its hind legs. It was later revealed to the local student of Archbishop Moeller High School in a homemade frog costume. It was just some dude in a frog costume. I didn't read the whole thing before I read it out to you guys.
Hold on. So I do
Just
have
some dude.
an incident that I will share with you guys. This is 2 weeks after the first incident of spotting the frogman.
Mhm.
A second Loveland police officer, Mr. Mark Matthews, Google him. He reported seeing an unidentified animal crouched along the road in the same vicinity as the other officer's sighting. He shot the animal, recovered the body, and put it in his trunk to show off to the other officer. According to Matthews, it was a large iguana, about 3 or 3.5 feet,
Mhm.
and he didn't immediately recognize it because it was missing its tail. He speculated the iguana had been someone's pet that either got loose or released when it grew too large.
Wait.
Uh,
So he saw a mysterious creature on the side of the road and immediately
And
shot
shot
it.
yes.
Of course, it's Ohio. Sounds like
And
Ohio.
he showed it to the officer that had the first sighting, and the first officer said that it was indeed the animal he had seen 2 weeks previously. He recounted the incident to an author of a book about urban legends, but says the author omitted the part that confirmed that the creature was an iguana rather than a frogman.
They killed the frogman.
The iguana frogman.
The
The
iguana
frogwana man.
Frogwall.
Goodbye, parrot. You will be missed. Tell
Oh my
Dad I
God.
said hi.
See you, parrot. God, the frogwall man. They killed
Yeah.
him. They killed him in cold blood.
Of course,
This
it's
is so
cops.
sad.
It's cops in Ohio. They literally just fucking ran this dude's fade. Also, thank you for the stretch. Everybody stretch a little bit.
No. Actually, I'm gonna unstretch.
You're gonna stretch. You're gonna shrimp
Yeah, I'm
over.
shrimping now.
All right.
This is what you get.
All right. Mandato, bring your favorite topic to the table.
I started with my
Okay,
worst one.
Unless you want to do the same thing that Ryptyde did, which would be kind of funny.
Yeah, just be a fucking copycat nerd. Talk about the frogman more.
Okay, so there's a frogman.
Interesting. Tell me
In,
more.
But,
in Ohio.
Okay, so you know what? Noel, you get to choose. Lovecraftian, Greek, or SCP?
Oh, we both got Lovecraftian? Ooh. Am I the only one that had an actual cryptid?
Yeah, all
Probably.
the cryptids that I researched were kind of boring.
I was going to bring up the Jersey Devil, but I was no, they'll cover it.
I thought through all of the cryptids that I know, Jersey Devil, like the fucking Loch Ness Monster,
We
the
knew all
Mothman.
those. The Frogman was awesome.
Yeah, they're all boring.
I
The
have
Frogman
another
was a
cryptid too.
great one.
I have
Anyway.
another cryptid that nobody knows about,
So-
here, but it's fine.
Greek,
All right, you know what? Let's
H.P.
go with the
Lovecraft or
Greek.
SCP?
Let's go with the Greek one because
I do love Greek.
you're pretty Greek. Yeah,
Great.
Greek. Go to the Greek one.
Hey, Mandato,
Great,
quick
yes.
question before you start, though. Is your Cthulhu-related one, by chance, does his name start with an H?
That is one of the two.
What's the first letter of the other one? Because I want to make sure we didn't twinsies.
N.
Oh, thank God. Okay, cool.
Oh,
Mine is
thank
A.
God. Oh,
I think you guys are going to talk about the same
You're a
person.
bitch, aren't you?
What? Mine's special. Mine's a special guy.
Does it happen to have the second Z as its next letter?
It may be AZ, yes.
Oh my God, you are such a basic bitch.
What do you mean?
Okay. Get to
You're
your
actually going to
topic.
talk about the creation myth for... Okay, whatever. Sure.
Get to your topic. Get to your topic. So we
Anyway,
don't have you
so
guys
this is the Greek
brawling
creation
it out
myth.
on the podcast.
I'll fucking fight you, Diz.
So
Don't
the-
stop our fight. I'll fight you instead.
So this is the Greek creation myth. A lot of people know a lot about Greek lore in terms of the stories, gods, whatever. A lot of people don't know the entire story of the creation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, in Greek story, and in Greek fashion, there is either one of two stories that are told. It is either that Nyx was a big bird with dark wings that gave birth to chaos, or chaos created Nyx out of nothingness. Regardless, this is what happens. It was first chaos or Nyx, and then it was Nyx or chaos. They created each other, more or less. So chaos
Like a chicken or the
is
bird situation. Or
Yeah,
Chicken or the bird?
Chicken or the
sort
egg.
of. It's more or less that there literally just isn't a definitive because both stories were told almost as prevalently.
Mhm.
Regardless, one was chaos and the other was darkness. Nyx being darkness, chaos being chaos for obvious reasons.
Oh, it was chaos? That's crazy.
So anyway, basically, there was nothing, right? Literally nothing. Just darkness, and then chaos and Nyx fucked and created Erebus. Erebus then took Nyx and fucked her, which is, by the way, her son,
Mm-hmm.
and made Aether and Hemera, or Emera, whatever, who are siblings, and then fucked each other, and then
All right.
made Gaia, Tartarus, Pontus, and Eros. Earth, Hell, Sea, and Love. Ironically, Eros was one of the primordial deities, love. So it is considered such a prominent part of Greek culture that love is the strongest by far emotion and all existence, that it's literally one of the first things that was created alongside the earth, like at the same time. So anyway, then Uranus, right?
Yeah.
Uranus.
Shut up.
Uranus.
So anyway, Uranus was created, which is the god of the sky, right? From Gaia, just randomly, for absolutely no reason. And then Uranus took Gaia
Uranus.
and fucked her, creating Coeus, Sirius, Hyperion,
Okay, so Gaia just like spawned Uranus,
Yes.
and then
with
they had
no male
sex.
assistance. Yes.
Just like Gmod spawned him, and then they had
Yes.
sex.
Mandato, I
Alright,
feel
cool.
like you should have a chart for this.
I feel like I should have a chart. Hold on.
Flow chart, yeah.
No, it's okay. I'll stream. So let's see. Google.
No. Well, that's not gonna help. You need to
not
like
paint.
post it in the Generation podcast chat. But yeah, go ahead. Keep going. Keep going because we need to get your actual topic. We're digging
So
right
I'm
now.
trying to figure out what the topic is. I've gotten
hold on.
confused.
There's
Okay, so Uranus
a long list here.
and Gaia, right? Then fucked, right?
Yes.
And created. This is where most people know it starts. 12 Titans: Coeus, Sirius, Hyperion, Lapidus, Oceanus, Kronos, Memory, Phoebe, Rhea, Tithys, Themis, and Thea. And also a few other offspring that we don't care about. However,
Okay.
Uranus was loved Gaia but hated his offspring, so he shoved his offspring inside of Gaia.
Where's it going?
Yeah.
What?
Gaia didn't like this.
Where are
right?
you taking this?
Like what? Okay.
I just don't understand what you're trying to talk about.
Hold on.
Are you just talking about God fucking?
He says, "Wait, there's more."
Hold on.
There's more. No.
There is more, all right? So basically, in the same vein, Gaia took a hard flint thing, made it into a scythe, and then like all of her children were afraid of her father, whatever, or their father, whatever. But Kronos, which was the god of or Titan of time, who was given the scythe, and then they tricked Uranus.
Okay, wait. Kronos or
then-
Kronos?
Kronos.
Okay.
Kronos is the Titan of time. But yeah, Kronos, after Uranus wanted to fuck Gaia, right, one night, Kronos leapt out of hiding and cut off his penis. And threw it into the sea.
Okay, but what are you trying to talk about?
What? I think he's just
Like,
using
you
this as
said
an
so
excuse
many
to talk about
things.
Greek mythology. I think it's a ruse. I don't think you actually have a
You said so many
topic.
things, but you haven't said a single damn thing.
You said so much, but it was so little.
Literally nothing.
This goes somewhere.
Okay. We'll trust you. Where is this going?
It's not going somewhere. It's been
Where is it?
10 minutes and he hasn't gone anywhere.
Where's
My
this
Loveland Frog was 4 minutes.
going? Where is this going?
Okay.
Violet says I'm losing faith.
Okay, right.
All right.
So
Yeah, go on.
Uranus, right?
Mm-hmm.
His genitals made
Dude just wants to talk about dicks. That's all this is.
Aphrodite, the Furies, whatever, a bunch of shit. Then Kronos took his sister.
Wait. So his dick flew into the ocean and created more
Life.
gods.
Yes. Anyway, so moving on from that, Kronos, right, took his sister Rhea and then fucked her, as they do. And in the same way, as like whatever happened like beforehand, you know how Uranus was like, I don't like any of my children. Kronos was the same way, and he
You're
ate all
saying
of his
it's
children.
Uranus.
So anyway, Kronos ate all of his children. So then, right?
So he ate his own dick.
Yeah. So anyway, whenever whenever like Zeus was born, Rhea hid Zeus, and then eventually Zeus like got strong enough to overthrow Kronos and like get his siblings out, and then they battled him, and then they killed him. And I'm kidding, they didn't kill him, they locked him in Tartarus forever.
All right.
And so, right after that, then the three gods decided to like do their own shit, right? And by decided to, I meant Zeus just told the other two gods that, okay, I am going to be, or they're his brothers, right? I am going to be big boy. Poseidon, you get the sea. Hades, you get the underworld. And then, yeah.
So, where's
Mandato, I felt like you
topic?
said nothing that whole time.
That's because you guys chose the one thing that was just a story.
That wasn't
So-
what?
That wasn't a topic. That was the entire history
That's the
of
myth.
Greek mythology.
And that's not a.
That's the
it's not a-
creation myth.
But that's not a topic.
But I was told that I could bring myths.
You can bring myths, but not top. You got to bring a topic with it.
You gotta bring a myth, not the whole fucking epic.
Well, no,
Like
it's
when
just,
when you want to talk about Odysseus, I mean just Odysseus, not him fighting not the
I
entire
don't
book.
need to know where the fucking mermaids came from.
I don't need to know about Calypso. I don't fucking care.
Dude, that's a good lemonade.
Calypso?
Yeah, have you had it?
Yeah, I have.
It's just gonna bomb.
People like
Okay,
the blue
anyway, the
flavor.
rest
The
of my
blue flavor
stories-
tastes like chemicals.
or rather,
the blue flavor is my favorite.
Yeah,
topics
everyone loves the
aren't
blue flavor.
actually like
agree.
are actual topics and not a story.
All right. Wow. Holy shit.
I did it. I told all of the Greek creation myth in 15 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
I think I stopped listening after like 2 minutes, and I was just zoning in and out.
Okay.
Every time you just kept talking about dicks and fucking.
Okay, well that's because if you noticed a pattern, there is an exorbitant amount of guys taking their sisters and or moms
Yeah, because it
as
was written by a bunch of
wives
celibates.
and then killing them, and then fucking them, which is odd.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so where do we?
Jesus Christ. Okay. I'll tell you a short anecdote about a creature.
Oh, are you sure it's short? You know
Yeah,
what,
I'm
you want to tell me
very
what his home
sure.
life was like?
Yeah, pretty much. Very short. So, Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that you wanted me to be short
by
in it.
words. Jesus.
I mean, you didn't have to be short, but you didn't have to take up the whole podcast.
Long story short, Kronos ate his own dick. Gotcha.
I mean, that's not wrong.
No. Kronos ate
God.
his dad's dick.
What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Okay.
I'm gonna fucking cry.
Okay, so Ryptyde will go after me. So,
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so wow. Okay. So Jesus Christ. How do I move on from
Jesus
this?
Christ.
How do I
I can
recover?
pick it up for you. I got you.
No, I got this. I got this.
Alright,
Okay,
don't be such a pussy, bitch.
I'm gonna interject. This is my between story. It's a short story. Just a little information here and there. So you guys know about it. I don't know how much you guys know about like Japanese mythos, but do you know the tall woman?
Roughly. Yes.
Oh,
The tall woman,
I
8
think
feet tall, Hachisaku sama.
Yeah, and I call her mommy on weekends. Yes.
Me too.
Nice.
Yeah, there's many. There are many like myths and creatures and like media based on her, like Lady Dimitrescu based on her. I'm pretty sure
Big Mommy
they're
Milkers
very
based on her.
similar.
Yeah.
They're very similar.
I'm sorry. Did you just come in without having anything confirmed?
Well, why would I confirm that? They're just
You can
very
Google
similar creatures. They're
Then you
they're,
don't say based off
they're
of.
8 feet tall women with white dresses.
You don't
They're
know a bunch of
obviously
women like
based on-
that?
No, I wish
Oh,
I did.
that's your fault.
I wish I did. But okay, so essentially the story goes, I'll keep it short and brief.
No, you won't.
She once she gets her eyes on a child, she stalks them until they're away from their family and stuff, and then she kidnaps them. She's a creepy tall woman who goes "po" a lot for some reason. I don't know.
Oh.
It's just that just happens. I don't know. But yeah, so she stalks children for days or even like months, and then she just kidnaps them. No one knows what she does to them.
There is a judge
I don't want to
entry
know
about
what
it.
she does. There's a lot of them, but I don't know. Well, I don't want to know what she actually does with them. She probably eats them, to be fair. And she does not bother with adults. She doesn't care.
Well, yeah, that's because she's a pedophile. But
Pretty
no.
much. But there's a different one that I wanted to talk about that was similar, but not exactly. All right. Have you ever heard of the Hantu Tetek?
English?
Nope.
Okay. It is a Malaysian folklore creature that was created to keep children from staying out too late. It is okay, so this is what anime depicts this creature as, right? This is what anime depicts it as. It, that hot anime girl with big tits, whatever.
The
Don't out me like
ghost.
Yeah. This is what like actual depictions depict this creature as. It is like a ghoul with massive tits, and what it does is it preys on children who don't take their parents' advice and stay out too late, and it stalks them and then suffocates them with their breasts.
How many titties does she have?
Too many.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, too many.
A lot of them. And it basically just stalks children and then suffocates them with their tits. And I thought that was amazing.
Understandable.
It's pretty similar to Shakusama. But yeah. I just think that's absolutely ridiculous. And it's kind of odd that these like folklore creatures are kind of similar, even though they're pretty far from each other in like geological perspective, right? Are you meant to be able to see any of these images on stream? No. These images will be available on the Degeneration podcast chat in the author's lounge. And,
He's trying to get you to join his Discord.
well, they're also NSFW images.
What?
So
Just make him not.
she
Forehead.
has her tits out.
There's
but,
no nipples.
I can't show that on Twitch.
Literally all of the nipples are covered.
Also, this is a excellent
You
reason
can
to go to my
100% show that on
Discord.
Twitch. It's not.
It's an excellent reason to go to my Discord
Not.
and then apply the NSFW role to yourself. But yeah, so
It's not a good reason.
it's an excellent reason. But yeah, so I was just wondering if you guys knew about that.
Oh,
no,
right.
I don't know about the titty monster.
The titty monster. All right, Ryptyde. What were your two?
Yeah.
What were your two? What were your two topics you had?
Well, you were talking about kidnapping.
Yes.
So I have one that falls into that. And I'm gonna ruin.
Absolutely.
I should have looked up how to pronounce. Get 1 second.
All right. Go ahead. Go ahead and look up the pronunciation.
Pronounce.
Ku Klux Klan.
no, I know that one.
Kukulkan.
No, it's not that hard.
Quetzalcoatl. And yes, that is how you
Quetzalcoatl.
pronounce that.
All
It's
right. So
really
since I
weird.
don't have the accent, it's not gonna sound the same. But essentially, it's called the Puckwudgie.
the
Hmm.
The Puckwudgie.
puck would
Pukwudgie.
DGIU.
No, what? What? DGIE.
DG okay. DJIE. Jesus.
No, it's a G.
Oh, also spelled. Okay. There's two different spellings. Okay.
Gotcha.
This JG.
It is from
I was looking at the wrong one.
It's from a Native American folklore.
All right. This,
which specifically Wampanoag.
I just love these images with the red circle.
They're great.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a
the
2 to 3 foot
collab
being.
Tinder. Okay, collab Tinder is just a place where people can get collabs. People. Yeah, pretty much. Like collabs.
So funny enough,
anyway,
it's almost as tall as the Loveland Frogman.
Mm-hmm.
Almost, but not quite. This is more in like a myth, like a probably not real kind of thing. It's kind of in like a thing with like skinwalkers. It looks like a human, but it has enlarged noses, fingers, and ears. It has skin. Yeah, it's literally like a goblin troll. It has skin that's described as being smooth gray and at times has been known to glow.
Okay.
They have traits and abilities, including they can disappear and appear at will. They can transform into a quote-unquote walking porcupine, where from the back it looks like a porcupine, but the front is a half troll, half human, and it walks upright. They can attract people and lure them to their deaths. Right? It makes so much sense. They are able to use magic. They have magic powers.
What?
They also have poison arrows.
They're like shamans?
Yeah, I couldn't find more in-depth on their magic abilities in the time that I gave myself.
They're apparently in D&D.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh, what is?
I think they're different. They're named something different.
Sorry,
called
I like zoned out on the name. What was it?
The name that we said 6 times? Okay.
Pukwudgie?
Yes.
Pukwudgie?
Pukwudgie.
But they also have poison arrows. They can create fire at will. And they control what is believed to be the souls of the Native Americans that they have killed.
What the fuck?
Which they have a name for, which I cannot pronounce. At all. No. But yeah, they're believed to be best left alone, or they'll play nasty tricks or follow you and cause trouble. They were apparently once friendly to humans and then turned against them. They are also known to kidnap people. See? All links in. They also push people off of cliffs. They also have short knives and spears. And they throw sand at people to blind them, so they have pockets.
They have pockets? They can't just cast a spell to blind you. They gotta throw pockets at you.
Yeah. They have magic, but not blinding magic. Duh.
Not blinding magic. Do they? What other magic do they have?
I don't know. I couldn't find much on their magic. I can Google it now.
Yeah, we can get a whole character sheet for the Pukwudgie.
All right. What kind of magic does a Pukwudgie have?
Oh my god.
Hagrid's Fantastic Beasts of the Month. It's on MuggleNet.com.
Okay, wait. Is this like a solitary creature, or is it like a group of creatures? Is like a bunch of these in a tribe? And they interact with the Native Americans or some shit?
Seems like a group of creatures. Like a race, I guess, would be more so.
Oh. What? What?
Apparently, Pukwudgies are also used in Harry Potter.
Apparently, there's like waifus. There's like Pukwudgie waifus.
Oh, really?
They're like goblin waifus.
Hot.
But they have like long spiky hair. They're like Super Saiyan goblins.
Yeah.
Goblin essentially.
So I actually found this little post that says, it's a decent description. It says America has their own freaky leprechaun called the Pukwudgie. I mean, they're not wrong.
I mean, yeah.
But dude, I didn't know that they were.
Image come from?
Because they can look like porcupines.
I see.
On the back. Yeah. I didn't know they were used so much.
Really?
I don't know how popular. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd never heard of this creature.
Yeah, they are used a lot.
I was looking up, like kind of weird American type things, and I found that. I didn't know that, fucking Harry Potter used them at one point.
Yep.
They're in Harry Potter.
And I remember watching Harry Potter, but I feel like it was like some kind of fever dream that I had.
They were in
Like, I don't know if I actually
Pottermore.
watched it.
What is Pottermore?
Potter what?
Pottermore.
Pottermore?
It started in April 2012. What the fuck? I don't fucking know. Anyway,
What the fuck?
so that's Puckwudgies.
Tepai Wankas? Oh, the Souls of
I
Native. Yeah, that was the name for the Souls of the Native Americans.
Yeah. I didn't know
Pottermore is
how
a
to pronounce that.
website. It's like a browser-based baby adventure. Oh, okay.
What the fuck? I'm a browser-based baby adventure.
This is
But yeah.
pretty good.
I only bring up fucking fire. You're welcome.
Pretty good fucking goblins.
Yeah, of course I got to bring up a goblin.
Goblin these
Who would
nuts.
I be if I didn't bring it? This?
Yeah?
I'll have you know that was quite inappropriate on this podcast.
This is the Degeneration Podcast, the podcast for the degenerate generation.
You're acting like I know what words mean.
Yeah.
Well, you're wrong. I don't even speak English, but yeah, that was basically. I just, I didn't bring up like, I made mine kind of short because I just figured, why, yeah.
All right. So I know Mandato, you are
do conversations about it if we wanted to, but yeah.
I know you are absolutely like scratching your neck, fucking fiending to talk about your H.P. Lovecraft topic.
No, not
you
really.
mean his basic one?
And hit the one that starts with H, that shall not be named.
No, not really.
But,
I'll talk about mine. It's fine.
Yeah, go ahead, Mandato.
Mine's pretty good.
Go ahead.
You want me to bring you?
No.
You want?
Let's
you want me
let's.
You sure? You sure?
Yeah, you had your turn.
No, I didn't.
It's Mandato's turn now.
You can't confirm that. You weren't there for my turn.
Okay, Mandato.
Okay.
Bring us in.
So
bring it home. Send us
part of
home.
Part of my character is one half supposed to be like a sort of it's Colombian, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the other half is supposed to be based on the best fucking religious beliefs of all time, voodoo. Because it's so fucking interesting and odd to an outsider. They're really cool beliefs. So I'm going to be talking about 3 separate entities because it doesn't take very long to talk about any of them specifically. That is Baron Samedi, Maman Brigitte, and Mademoiselle Charlotte. Charlotte, whatever.
So this is a voodoo topic.
This is a voodoo topic. We're going to be talking about 3 Loa. Loa,
Voodoo,
of course,
voodoo,
meaning
bitch.
Loa, of course, meaning very powerful spirits on the level of gods, right? Yeah, just in general. They have their own personalities, sacrifices, and offerings, and every single one of them has a favorite drink. All of them. It's very important. Baron Samedi's is rum. Maman Brigitte's, we'll get to that later. But let's start with
And
Baron
why would
Samedi.
you mention?
So, shut up. Baron Samedi, right, is the Loa of death. Or more specifically, and very specifically, not death, dead. So, he is often supposed to be this incredibly charismatic, foul-mouthed black man, often portrayed, with a skeleton painted on his face, like a skeleton face.
Do people portray him as white?
No, they either portray him as a skeleton or a black man with
Yeah, because of where voodoo started.
Right, exactly. However, interestingly, there are Loa that are white, but we'll get to that. So this Baron Samedi is supposed to resemble a corpse, right? That's why he has a That's why he has like very thin, bony fingers. That's why he has a white painted on skull face. But he specifically is portrayed as the digger of graves. Baron Samedi is the god of sort of death, right? But the most interesting part about him is that he is also the god of, I guess, hope in the face of death is the best way of saying that. Because he's a giver of life. If Baron Samedi chooses not to dig your grave, you will never die. Similarly, that is why it is often like if someone is on death row, he's often given offerings, and that's more specifically why many of their graves were lavish, because if he doesn't dig their grave very deep or doesn't put a lot of effort into it, if he doesn't think that what he was like given is enough, they'll be brought back as a zombie. So normally you have to give him cigars, rum, black coffee, whatever, or a ceremony. And very often, and very interestingly, for the oldest man in a graveyard, there will often be a black top hat on top of a cross. That is, you just place a black top hat on top of the cross.
Like for the first grave that is made in a graveyard?
For the oldest member. Like specifically for the oldest man, like who lived the longest, yes, and it would be the oldest member.
That's what you mean.
So like, though it is traditionally, yeah, the oldest member, like if multiple people died at once, it'd be the one who lived the longest, but for the most part, it's whoever started the graveyard, and it has to be a man though. So the first man who was buried there. You place the black top hat, and he's considered to be the root. Like, now that is where Baron Samedi has first appeared, and now that is where he will continue to appear. So you need to mark that grave.
Gotcha.
Also, his attribute is rum. I just want to mention.
His attribute is rum? What does that mean?
His attributes, rather. Which is, attributes. One of the most interesting parts about voodoo religion is that these Loa always have certain attributes that need to be portrayed every time, because that is just what they are, right?
That's what you mean.
So their attributes, which often can also be used as sacrifices, are rum, cigars, top hats, glasses with a missing lens. So that's the Baron. Also, he has a bunch of people working under him that are lesser spirits that bring people to the underworld, whatever. He's basically Hades, but just super fucking cool. Maman Brigitte is the wife of Baron Samedi. Her drink is rum with hot peppers.
Rum with hot peppers?
Yes.
All right.
Specifically, symbolized by a black rooster, but whatever. Point being, she is also foul-mouthed, and she is white. Surprisingly. She is often saint-like, though. So, ironically, while most of the white characters, white Loa, are demonized, Maman Brigitte is actually looked up to as the mother of fertility and motherhood and souls of deceased relatives, and passion and shit. And also is the Loa of death, specifically. So not the Loa of the dead, but of death. So Maman Brigitte
so they're
is...
separate.
Yeah, exactly. Because like you can't have two gods that are this same god.
Mm-hmm.
In that sort of way. Maman Brigitte is the god of the action of dying, and Baron Samedi is immediately what happens after you die, sort of.
Also, where is this? The underworld. Where is this? Because you're talking about the culture a bit. Mm-hmm. Where's this followed or practiced? Let's say. Like
What,
what
voodoo?
locations in the world would be practicing
Voodoo?
this? Yes.
Okay, so
Like
voodoo
most
was originally most prominent in two locations: Louisiana, specifically several hundred years ago, with like the first people who were there, not the pilgrims, and Haiti.
Gotcha.
So those were the two areas that primarily developed that religion. So I mean, it makes sense, right? Because they're close to one another, sorta. But
kind of.
yeah, people
kind of.
people went. Point being, people went from Haiti to Louisiana. Sometimes, like if they ever traveled on ships, which didn't happen very often. But when immigrants came over, whatever, they were led to, or they had the opportunity to travel. So that's why a lot of that religion is prevalent in Louisiana and Haiti. Haiti is the sort of originator of it, but Louisiana was similarly very early to it.
All right.
And finally,
and then the final one,
Mademoiselle Charlotte. Very interesting. Mademoiselle is not married. That is what Mademoiselle indicates, a non-married woman in French. It's a maiden, rather.
All right.
She's also white. And she is the pompous upper-class French woman. She's portrayed as French. She is portrayed as liking non-alcoholic liquors and syrups and shit.
Is she a deity of some kind?
She is. She is also a Loa. What she is a Loa of is weird, because the best thing to say, or the best thing to like, I guess, fucking relate to, is that since she's sort of a lesser deity, in the way that she is, and it's explained away that she's not summoned very often because she's very picky. She's very pompous, and she will only appear and help those that she finds interesting. And she is the she grants the ability for you to be able to tame and control horses using French.
Okay, now you roped it in. It makes more sense. She's
right.
Gotcha. All right.
So it's supposed to represent the fickleness of a horse. Yeah.
Thank you for the follow, by the way.
But specifically, yeah, she is a white French woman.
So
and she likes cream-colored beverages, water sweetened with syrup, non-alcoholic liquors.
So she's a deity that allows people to control horses.
Yes.
Okay.
Allows people to tame and control horses, if she favors you.
Gotcha.
Her color is rose. Anyway, so I think, specifically in talking about this, the reason why I bring this to light is because voodoo has some of the most interesting religion.
Well, yeah.
That's it. I'm like full stop. It's just, it has so many creative and interesting ideas that are often not very explored in media, besides Baron Samedi. Like, come on, that's it. Which, is given somewhat of his fair share, but everyone else isn't. The important part about all of this is that these stories and this religion, which isn't practiced very often, but is sort of like a cultural thing, right? Is so intriguing and interesting that it should be used in stories way more, but it isn't, because it's not popular. It's not Greek, it's not Roman. Yeah. I'm bringing it to light because this is genuinely I'm gonna fucking use this in campaigns. Like, I'm gonna use this in stories that I write.
Yeah, and I think that
shit is so awesome.
That's my favorite thing about, like, voodoo, is that it's more of a culture, because a lot of, like, the religions and stuff, like denounce stuff such as like magic or like spirituality or like, you know, occult stuff. And voodoo kind of is like, okay, so you pray to the gods and they give you abilities. Or like you pray to them so that you can die. Like
Baron Samedi also happens to be the god of black magic. And therefore you would pray to him if you wanted to practice black magic.
Yeah.
Which doesn't necessarily have a negative connotation, but has to do with the dead.
Yeah, like in all other cultures, it's like, oh, you practice magic? You're one of them magic practicers?
Heretics, right?
You're a heretic. You're dead. I want to kill you.
The most interesting part about voodoo is that they were so in tune with their spirituality and religion that magic is just another part of God. Like, it's not like Greek culture, right? Where Hecate, the god of magic, is an underworld goddess and therefore seen as like, ew.
Yeah. It's like all of the higher ups practice magic. You don't do anything like that.
Yeah, exactly. It's too pompous.
Like
about the control.
The angels control this powerful abilities.
Baron is and
also let's do a stretch while you're talking about this.
Are given so much like character and are characterized so heavily, and also given like these like they like making filthy jokes, they like swearing, they like rum. Because it humanizes them. It makes them not above you in a lot of cases.
Not completely above you.
Right.
You're still above you.
Charlotte, like Charlotte is the only one that actually acts super pompous. Baron is the kind of guy and literally is the kind of guy, as written into his lore, that when he digs your grave and your soul awakens in the underworld, he pulls you out and he says, "Hi, how you doing?" And then he guides you to the dead, where you're supposed to go. Baron, and by the way, he's also the most important person, right? But he is, in a lot of their religion, he is the most important person at the end of your life. But he takes the time off to pull you out of your grave and bring you to where you're supposed to go. These deities are humanized. They're given characteristics that are not strictly unimaginably powerful and beyond your comprehension. It's to the point to where they're almost characters and actual, genuine, interesting like people rather than just gods.
And that's actually why I've been really interested in like hearing about voodoo and whatever you talk about it and stuff, because like in the religion that I follow, or the belief system that I follow, there's two schools of thought really. There's so you have the Grim Reaper, and he personally guides everyone to their final resting place after they die. And then the other school of thought is that there's the Grim Reaper, and then there's a bunch of different Reapers that guide you under him. But either way, you are guided to your final resting place, wherever that may be.
And that is also literally just
very similar.
That's almost identical, actually.
Yeah, it's very similar. Yeah, I remember talking. This is getting off topic a little bit, but I remember talking to, if you guys know who Nina Queensama is, she's a VTuber that I talk to every now and then. We haven't collabed or anything, which I should be getting on that because she's cool. But she was talking about how, I forget if it was recently or if it was before, she believed that she had like met her Reaper, and she met her basically spirit guide, and it was basically Quetzalcoatl, like very similar to Quetzalcoatl. And I thought that was really interesting, and we had a really in-depth conversation about that. But yeah, either way, I guess it's my turn to present.
Like it's a class.
Yeah, it's a class, yeah. But speaking of, I didn't mention this before because I could completely forgot because we went past it. But you know that image with the red circle of the what's his fucking name? The
Fucky wuggy ooh.
The goblin.
Yeah.
The Bukwuji. Have you seen the I hate Detroit on God?
Yeah, I have.
let me post this image. Uh, I fucking love this image. It's so funny every time I see it. Man, I hate living in Detroit on God. You know, the red circle? Like, you can't fucking see the Triceratops. Oh my God. I love this image so much.
Just in case he was gonna blend into the background and you'd miss him.
Yeah, just in case you couldn't see him. My God.
I mean, he's just vibing, you know?
He's just there
True.
blocking the fucking road.
All right, now it's your turn.
God. All right. Okay, so there's two I can talk about. I have another SCP and I have an ARG. And
we have
this ARG is probably the most in-depth
35
fucking
minutes.
ARG that I've ever talked about. So should I talk about the SCP or the ARG?
How much time do you think it's gonna take? We have 35 minutes.
Well, I'm gonna make both of them brief because I'm not giving you the entire fucking like history and the psychology of the person who.
You're not gonna tell me about everything and where they came from?
No, I'm not gonna talk to you about their ancestors and their family tree.
And how they decided to fuck each other.
Shut up!
I was just bullying Mandato.
Anyway, I just wanted to make you guys all aware that technically Aphrodite and Eros were created before even fucking Zeus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
which means
I still don't. That during that whole time, I still don't know what you're trying to tell me.
You don't know what the topic is?
I mean, I get the topic was the creation, but you went through the whole fucking thing.
No, the actual topic at hand was that in Greek culture, it is so ingrained, incest is not bad.
Is that what you were trying to convey?
Yeah.
Are you for incest then?
No.
Because it sounds like you're for incest.
I think it is absolutely fascinating that a culture exists in which they created an entire creation myth where everyone just fucks each other in his family.
Well, wasn't that also like a sign of royalty?
If there's
exactly,
only
like a sign of prestige.
Purity of blood.
Yeah.
If there's only two people in the world, of course you're gonna fuck each other. Who else are you gonna fuck?
No,
well,
within your children.
Not with the DNA that we've created now.
Well, yeah. Nowadays, like back then with the god,
creates problems,
there's only two people.
But back in the day when the DNA wasn't as complicated, yeah. And that goes into if you know how DNA works and this and that. But anyway, so
just go fuck your family.
Man, I hate living in Detroit on God.
Should I talk about the SCP or the ARG? Give me.
Flip a coin, bitch.
Oh my God. Oh my fucking
30 minutes, so you better pick quick.
Fuck the concept of the sky. Oh yeah, remember that post I said about fucking Mother Nature?
No.
Yeah.
I don't fucking look at your posts.
I liked that one. You should look at my posts. I have some pretty banger posts.
They're pretty mid.
Pretty good. They're pretty good.
They're like
anyway, so we got heads. So have you ever heard of the ARG called Mystery Flesh Pit National Park?
No.
So essentially, this was an ARG where this guy was putting out like news articles, and he was not like actual news articles, but like.
All right, what is it?
It's called Mystery Flesh Pit National Park.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Continue,
basically, it's an ARG where this guy was creating this like history about this like flesh pit that was found by these miners that was turned into a national park, and then in 2007 was shut down. And essentially the history of it was there's this massive creature that that the Native Americans like summoned a god. They had to do a ritual to summon a god who
Oh god.
basically
Oh god.
set this. It was basically a massive dragon.
Okay.
And
He's not.
Yeah, exactly. And they
Cross
summoned a
his face.
god. They summoned a deity who put this dragon to sleep, and then
Did you just fucking say deity?
yes, they summoned a deity. Summoned They summoned a god. Whatever.
No, it's a nidity, stupid.
No, actually, it's a deity.
No, it's a nidity.
Shut the deity.
It's actually deity.
Deity. Yeah, whatever.
Actually, deity.
Shut up.
Stupid fuck.
Anyways, so they summoned a deity. He put the creature to sleep, and then he shoved him underground, under, was it Austin, like some part of Texas? It was west. It was no. Was
Ew,
it west or
Texas.
It was west or
Fuck
east
you.
Texas, but it was.
Go fuck yourself.
It was. I think it was actually near Austin. So long time ago, this creature was buried underground, and some miners, while they were digging, they found this this massive, like half the state-sized creature. And so essentially, they created this big national park where people could go, like, walk through this creature's insides, because this creature had, like, they was so massive that its insides were basically caves that you could walk through,
Cool.
which sounds really weird, but and it had, like, creatures living inside of it, like nightmarish creatures that were living inside of it. And so you just have this, they basically made a national park around this creature that they found, with gift shops and like mini malls and stuff.
Cool.
It's fucking awesome. And they even had, like, out of like the enzymes that this creature created in one of its parts, it basically created an enzyme that would act as like an aphrodisiac. So you would go into these things called the pleasure domes, and then you would basically just have an orgy. This is part of the story. And so
That seems like this.
and so
Hold on, I'm
basically
posting it.
oh, okay.
It was an episode of Love, Death, and Robots, and it was about a giant who just washed up on the shore as a corpse, and then they like mined him and shit.
More like this. Like there was like whole brochures this guy created for it, and like, God, the lore goes deep. But basically, the end of this national park,
Mm-hmm.
there was basically it was like an earthquake of a shake, and this creature's body convulsed slightly, crushing, I think, 30% of the population, because there was a lot of people in here. They had like hotels and stuff down there and everything. It crushed about 30% of the people who were in there.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the stories was about, they had a gondola type thing,
Mhm.
and the muscles closed off. So the people inside this gondola were just trapped in there for like about 7 hours, and then they lost connection to them. And what's thought to happen is there was a thing that they saw happen, like an anomaly, where this creature the flesh of this creature could produce a thing that would basically melt people's bodies and turn them into amalgamations. And so that is what's thought to have happened, where all of the people inside this gondola just got mixed together into a creature. And so basically, the entire thing shut down, obviously, because Jesus fucking Christ, they had damages of like millions and millions of dollars.
Sure.
And they just couldn't deal with that. So they shut it down. And what's thought to have happened is that this creature got agitated and it sneezed. And one sneezed killed thousands of people.
Sure.
And one of the failsafes that they had to stop this from happening was they literally had a secret room where only the highest of personnel were allowed, along with some Native Americans, to re-perform the ritual that put this creature to sleep. And so thankfully they got this creature back to sleep, and then they closed the park, never to be opened again. And then they told the public that they were closing it to basically retrieve their stuff and like cover up damages and stuff, but really they just returned to mining out the resources from it. So that is the short story of the history of Mystery Flesh National Park, this massive creature under the state of Texas.
Oh.
Jesus fucking Christ. And this guy released like brochures, this guy released maps, this guy released fucking everything for this shit. Like, it was awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
I watched an entire hour and a half video about this thing. It was pretty sick. There was biological books about the creatures in there too. Like, I'm posting some of the pictures of some of the stuff. It's pretty wild. But yeah, definitely you can watch a video about it on YouTube, but definitely go give that a listen. It's very good. But yeah, so Ryptyde's turn.
What?
Okay, Tide, are you going to talk about the King in Yellow?
What? No. I'm talking about the good guy.
Oh my god, why?
What do you mean?
What a nerd. Whatever.
The literal second best HP Lovecraftian creature.
You're talking about the dumb god. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, shut up. He's literally called the dumb god for a reason.
No.
Yeah.
It's the blind idiot god, and it's Azathoth. Thank you.
Fuck off with that Azathoth bullshit.
He's also known as the Nuclear Chaos, the Daemon Sultan, the Deep Dark, and the Cold One. Cold One's with the boys.
Yep.
He is a outer god and a supreme omnipotent being. However, there can be no definite description of him because everybody envisions him differently, and he is always changing. Because he's a grown boy.
Yeah, this is the face claim for the final boss of one of my campaigns.
Ah. Yes.
But yeah.
So it's a huge sentient black hole?
All right.
I mean, that's, according to some accounts, he's just a huge sentient black hole.
I mean, yeah, it's... Well, some accounts obviously being, those that have so many fucking... a dream about Azathoth and, go crazy because of it, but,
Yeah. There's also evidence, which I don't have a proof of any of the evidence, so I don't know if it's actually evidence. However, it says there's evidence. The physical manifestation of Azathoth is in the universe is continuous with a spot in the central region of the galaxy, otherwise known as Sagittarius A, the supermassive black hole at the center of the Milky Way galaxy.
Yes.
Yes. It is also portrayed as a leader in a cosmic upheaval akin to Lucifer's rebellion into Booble.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and is prophesized to return. He's also mentioned in the Necronomicon a couple times.
So Azathoth is the most important god.
Yes.
Yes.
But not the coolest.
Yeah, I'm not going to say why. Do you want to...
What?
I'm not going to say why he's the most important god. I'm not going to explain why. Would you like to?
I mean... Do we? I mean, we could.
Yeah, we have time.
Do we?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm going to talk about the other one anyway.
Which other one?
And why?
New York.
Well,
My
No,
favorite
first two
H.P.
letters.
Lovecraft creature in
No,
New York.
fuck
I
off.
love New York and H.P. Lovecraft. He's my favorite.
Yeah.
No, The Messenger. I'm
Yeah,
gonna talk about The
H.P.
Messenger.
Lovecraft's cat.
No.
Well, they'll kind of link together, so
They are
we
kind of
could-
linked together.
So we could have you go about yours and then bring them kind of together.
I guess.
All
Yeah.
right, team up.
The reason why I say that is because like Azathoth is kind of like so fucking powerful and
Yeah.
important because kind of whatever. We'll get into it.
All right, go team up.
Okay. So so funny thing, right?
Oh, hell Cthulhu.
True. Nyarlathotep, the Crawling Chaos, is an outer god, just like Azathoth. However, unlike every other outer god, which is banished to the outer wilds,
What is the
Nyarlathotep-
Outer Wilds?
no, like outside of Earth's like domain, outside of the what is basically the universe,
Okay.
technically.
They get the no pass. They're not allowed
Yeah.
back in.
They're not allowed in this universe.
Literally. So the reason why it's important is Nyarlathotep was born from Azathoth, and also doesn't have that restriction. So Nyarlathotep is one of, if not the only god, that has the power to actively influence the world in any way that he wishes and has no restriction on where he can go.
Mm.
He's
Gotcha.
he's called the great old ones, not the great old ones, sorry, the outer god's messenger, right?
I do have one question.
In that
Yes.
sort of way.
With how powerful these creatures are,
No.
who banished this thing?
Oh, so Cthulhu's brother, kind of. So
It's weird.
there is the Elder Sigil, which is what is generally used to keep them away. And
Is this different than the Elder Sign?
or it is the Elder Sign. No, they're the same thing. It's just wording.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's
There's
basically
a difference between the great old ones and the outer gods.
What?
I said there is a difference between the
There
great
is.
old ones and the outer gods. Yeah, I'm stating
Yeah.
that.
But for at least the great old ones, right? So Cthulhu's brother, he doesn't fight as in like the way that the other old gods do. He does basically psychological damage. And it is believed that he put the fear of the elder symbol into them so that they would not, actually go and fight because he hates them. He just hates them all.
He just doesn't like them.
Yeah, he's kind of like the rebellious, like I don't like any of my family sort of thing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Also, one of his parents are named Nug.
It
I
is
see.
so funny.
I know.
I just had to say that. There's Nug and what is it, Yeb?
Yep.
Isn't his last or like the last part of it like Nug Zibroth or whatever?
Yeah, probably. That sounds
yeah.
about right. But
Whatever.
anyway, you can continue with your part.
Okay, so Nyarlathotep, the Crawling Chaos,
Mm-hmm.
has the power. Okay. Instead of talking about his relationship with Azathoth, I'm going to talk about just what he does for now. Not in terms of a greater cosmic scale, but on a lesser scale. Nyarlathotep appears in a decent amount of stories, and most of the time, he's portrayed as just fucking with people.
As
Just-
it should be.
Literally, just fucking with
just-
people because he
just
can.
mess with people because he can.
He has one
He's
of the
bored.
greatest. Yeah, he has one of the greatest powers of all of the gods, right? Just a great amount of power list. He's just godlike. That's his only power, actually.
Like
however,
Wukong levels of power, or like what are we
no,
talking
no,
about?
as in his powers and abilities are listed as godlike. But anyway,
Okay.
that's it. He can just do whatever he wants. But what he does most often, outside of his grander scale things, is disguise as people, like humans, and just like live in their society and fuck with them. It's so funny.
So he just pops himself on Earth, transforms into somebody, just starts fucking with people around him.
Essentially, he's every internet troll that you've ever had to deal with.
Every single one. And no. Actually, it's so
Sick.
funny because he's the only outer god that is allowed inside, and he uses this unique
That's like
power.
when your dog gets in trouble. No, you can't come inside.
It's so funny.
He is the only of these super powerful creatures that would love to get on our planet and completely decimate it. He is the only one allowed to do it, and then he doesn't. And he just uses his ability to fuck with people.
The important part is that all of the great old ones are asleep, and all of the outer gods can't come in, but are awake. So he is effectively the only god that is both awake and has the potential to influence directly on humans' lives by being there.
And that's why you get like cultists of Cthulhu, because he's asleep and they're trying to wake him.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
But he actually literally just uses his power to fuck with them. That's it.
Now, I have another thing that I never really understood.
Mm-hmm.
So, does all of this like mythos and stuff come from like H.P. Lovecraft itself, or is H.P. Lovecraft based on the belief in these creatures?
So
I never got that difference.
Yes.
What?
The problem with Lovecraft is that technically this is all a fiction that he created, but it's unsure as to whether or not he himself at least somewhat believed in this.
Or if he was just being creative.
So he never confirmed if he was actually just like, oh yeah, by the way, so I had a vision of like this shit happening, but here's a story.
I mean, so a lot of it is written in a way that the reason why it's so uncertain is a lot of it is written in a way that implies that he genuinely believes this.
Yes. So then obviously other people were like, okay, then I genuinely believe this.
Which is weird, but
So
I genuinely believe this. I'll summon Cthulhu right now. Fuck you.
You know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna summon Haster to fight him, and then they'll duel to death.
Fuck you. They'll duel to death?
Yeah, they're gonna duel to death.
You know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna fucking summon Thanid.
So
don't be a bitch.
So basically,
that's unreasonable.
You know what? I'm gonna wake Azathoth. I'm gonna kill everyone. Fuck you.
So basically, this guy created a belief system that people are not sure if actually exists.
Yes.
But now some people believe it does exist.
Therefore, it is technically a religion.
Therefore, it technically does exist.
Technically, yes.
So, technically, you could be in the cult of Cthulhu.
Yes.
You can be.
Actually, 100%. That exists.
I see. So, yes, the answer is actually just, is it an actual religion or is it just a story? Yes.
Yes.
The answer is actually yes. Okay.
Both.
So no one's actually really sure.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
some people are. Some people are super sure.
Some people are super sure. I meant as a collective. As a collective society, we're not sure if this thing actually exists.
Well, that's the same with a lot of things.
Okay, fair enough.
The important part of this is that because he's the only god that's allowed on Earth, and also allowed everywhere, and Azathoth is, for reasons that we're going to say a little bit later, trapped. He carries out the whims of his father and just does whatever he wants him to. Which is
the daddy.
Which is the daddy.
Gotcha.
Okay, so let's end it all with the
wild.
We might as well.
All right, guys, let's break down the Greek mythos step by step.
No, it's okay. We can skip around. It's fine.
Okay.
We only have 10 minutes.
Well, we're
not done.
Oh.
Azathoth, we haven't said the Azathoth's like true power.
Oh, right. We didn't actually talk about Azathoth.
Right. So
yeah, go ahead.
Brought him up.
Go ahead.
No, we brought him up.
Yeah.
No, we kind of need to talk about like his actual.
What does he do? What is his actual role? What's his power? What does he do? Why does he exist?
He's a big space worm.
He is the origin myth.
Worm is.
Okay, so the reason why he's important is because he is the origin myth. Often there are a lot of outer gods, right, that will sing to him as he is the sleeping god. If he ever awakes, our universe will be destroyed because we all live in his dream.
Yes, he's basically just a nuke.
He is literally just the reason that the universe exists is because Azathoth, the blind idiot god, is sleeping.
Also, he
And
wasn't
we are
always
all
an
in his
idiot.
dream. He wasn't always an idiot. But
So
They made him an
basically,
idiot.
hold up. Okay, so basically, this meme right here that I'm about to post.
Diz, if I have to
Where
keep
is it?
opening up your fucking Discord.
Well, yeah. There you go.
Your
But yeah,
Discord's
this meme
so
biscuit
far
right
down
here.
my list of Discords.
Well,
quite
it should be
literally,
higher.
yeah. That
Yes.
is quite literally the entire thing.
Hmm.
The outer gods realize that the only reason that they exist is because Azathoth is asleep, so they purposefully
Made him stupid.
cripple him,
I see.
making it so that he will never wake up. And they continuously do this ritual that makes it so that he will never wake up, and that is literally their job. If they ever stop, or if he is ever awoken somehow,
We all
the
die.
universe dies. Yeah.
Didn't
It's
you
just
say
gone.
this was based? This was what an anime was kind of based on, or was that a different thing? Melancholy of Haruhi.
That is the same thing. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
The Melancholy of
Basically-
Haruhi, the way that it works is that she subconsciously created the universe. She doesn't know that she created it, but if it is ever brought to her attention, which it was, and then promptly she forgot about because the apocalypse started to happen. If she ever realizes that the universe is hers, like that the universe only exists because she believes it does, then it will start to explode and everyone will die. Same
That would
thing.
Explode.
I
So
see.
in the same way, Azathoth is kept stupid, he is kept blind, and he is kept asleep. Because he has to be if we want to live.
I see.
But some of us don't want to live.
Some
And there's
of
the
us
cult
don't.
of Azathoth.
Which is why there is the cult of Azathoth that only exists to
They
or-
just want to die.
Yeah, basically, they just want everything to die.
I mean
What the
in
hell?
a similar vein, the cult of Cthulhu wants to wake up the Great Old One.
Okay,
So
wait.
Cthulhu
What
can-
does
Hmm.
waking up Cthulhu do?
He
Destroy
destroys
the
the world. Or
Okay, so
people.
same thing.
Kind of.
Basically.
Sort of.
Azathoth destroys everything, including the old gods and
okay.
the universe and everything. Cthulhu will destroy a planet.
And
I see.
also probably roam the stars now that he is awake.
Yeah.
I see.
However, the important part is that the Great Old Ones and the Outer Gods typically aren't on good terms.
To be fair, none of the great old ones are typically on good terms.
With each other.
They're not fans of anything.
They just don't like anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally. It's just true.
So all of like
Unfortunately.
the great old gods are just asleep.
Yes. They're taking a long nap.
In Ryle, however you pronounce that.
Yeah, right.
Raleigh.
Raleigh, North Carolina.
Right?
Whatever. Okay,
That's
so
where all of the great old ones are. Raleigh, North Carolina.
literally, I mean, you can't prove it wrong.
You can't
but,
prove me wrong.
Possible.
Yeah, so that's just where they are. They are currently sleeping in the thing I can't pronounce.
It's like
Raleigh.
RY'Laigh.
Yeah, Riley.
yeah.
Riley.
Whatever. That.
You can pronounce it however you want.
Yeah. Technically, you shouldn't be able to pronounce it.
Well, yeah, but
You can't use your human words to pronounce it, yeah. But
you shouldn't refer to it. But
whatever.
Raleigh.
Is a
not male
city.
or female. Simply don't refer to me.
Exactly.
Epic.
Simply do not perceive me.
Exactly.
Yeah, Ryla is one of the only Cthulhu is one of the only gods where we actually know where he sleeps, which is in Ryla, which is a city, an underwater city that exists in I think the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, I think
So
so.
Atlantis, basically.
No.
It's
Atlantis, but scary.
Atlantis, but if you
scary.
Atlantis, but if you get within 1 mile of it, or actually probably 5 miles of it, you'll immediately go insane.
So, the Bermuda Triangle.
Sorta, yeah.
Yeah.
It is the reason for the Bermuda Triangle.
Atlantis, but the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
It's very possible.
You get within 5 miles and you just start going crazy and just lose your direction.
Well, it's because even in sleep, the Great Old Ones are so powerful that they influence the mental state of people around them
Basically,
by giving them
they're
information.
fucking with you.
They're so powerful that in their sleep, giving information about the universe to you which they often do just subconsciously in their dreams, make you go insane because you can't understand the reality of the universe.
Mm-hmm. I think that's another thing. Cycling it back to a more accepted religion.
Are you saying
Christianity?
that, first of all, are you saying that Cthulhu is not a more accepted religion than Christianity or Eldritch?
Absolutely not.
Well, you're wrong.
Well, you're wrong.
I'd like you to come to my church, please.
Simply believe.
I would like you to come to my cult of Hastur.
Christianity.
Unrelated.
The
First of all, it's all
angels in
about
Christianity are.
First of all, it's all about the mark, but whatever.
That's why you're a fucking stepbrother.
I'm gonna fuck you.
You worship a stepbrother.
I do worship a stepbrother. Fuck off, bitch.
Okay, so the angels that we think about usually are. Now, I don't know exactly what angels they are, but there are angels that we usually think about, which are the more human-looking angels.
And they're white people. They're generally white people, you know I'm right.
They're generally white.
Generally white people, because it's European, but whatever.
European, these nuts.
And we're not going to talk about how Jesus was from whatever. Anyway, we're talking about the angels.
We're not going to talk about how Jesus was from the Middle East.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about it. We're going to talk about
Brown
the
Jesus.
angels specifically. Yes, he was.
All about brown Jesus.
But we're not going to talk about
Jesus.
that. We're going to talk about the seraphim, the Ophanium, and the cherubim.
What did you call me?
Because
seraphim are the best.
Because they're very similar to these Lovecraftian creatures. Because, of course, you can have, depictions of their form or anything, but when they came down to speak to the people in the Bible, they said, "Be not afraid," because you
100%
could barely, understand the scope and the, visage of this creature that was before you. Because it wasn't it wasn't a human-like creature. It was just some amalgamation of flesh that appeared before these people and spoke to them. Flesh and wings and feathers.
That is a similar manner, yeah.
And it was
the insanity brought off by Lovecraftian is similar.
Except they bring peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just
technically, Cthulhu's brother has peaceful eyes. That's his thing.
Shut the fuck up.
Peaceful.
You're just mad because Standard's so fucking cool.
I am not mad at all. I just like the yellow sign. You're stupid.
But he's mad because Standard's dope. He's got fucking golden eyes. He's Cthulhu, but with gold eyes.
But the king of yellow is Hastur, so fight me. Also, Hastur is so much cooler because he's like, "Hey, Cthulhu, you're stupid." And then he's like, "All of these humans, I will make sure that they will survive the winter."
But then Thanded was like, "Hey, how about none of you go here?"
Yeah, but just because Thanded is trying to protect us all.
He's the reason we're not eated.
Well, no, I like Hastur because he's like, I'm gonna make all of these humans mine, and then we are going to take down the old ones. And that's cool.
I want to mention something. So a lot of these depictions of seraphim have just a face with wings, but wasn't the whole point of the upper wings to cover their face?
Yeah.
Yes.
What? I'm just very confused by this art. Oh well. So we're nearing the end of the podcast. We have about 2 minutes.
Have we finally made it?
Oh wait, no, hold on. I want to talk about Hastur really quickly.
Oh my god. Okay, you get 1 minute. Speed talk about Hastur. Go.
Aster is the king of
Trash.
yellow and also the king of colts. Whatever. Shut the fuck up. He is more or less. There was a book that was specifically labeled, or I forgot the name of it. But whatever. It is the
You
Magnum
dumb.
Indoramium, which is
You guys are fucked.
a
You
book
dumb
that.
bitch.
Shut the fuck up. Which is basically taken by a bunch of these cultists, worshipped, and has this yellow mark in it or whatever, and they are brainwashed into believing that Haster, which is actually a great old one, but they don't know this, is this some sort of shepherd for the human flock, and that they should follow this person because they are the only one that can save them from the incoming disaster, and therefore they like also kind of go crazy, but kind of not like the other old ones, and that they don't want to commit suicide. They just want to worship this person and lead humanity to a better future. And in the same way, Haster is actually real, the half brother of Cthulhu, and wants to lead humanity to a better future because he considers us to be like his sheep, and therefore he will lead his flock, and he's really interesting. And the King Yellow.
Doesn't the story slowly turn the person into the King of the Yellow, though? Isn't that also another thing? Like, once they read it, they slowly just become, like, more, like, tyrannical.
They become the character depicted in the King of the Yellow, but
Gotcha.
not the god itself.
Anyway, so that was the Degeneration Podcast, the podcast for the
By the way, that's
Degenerate
Standard with a
Generation.
K.
Fuck off.
With a K. Oh, yeah.
Starts with a K.
I completely forgot
know.
about that.
Just had to let people know when they want to Google the, the true God.
The true
Shut the
God.
fuck up, you bitch.
God. Anyway, so any final entries before we end this off here?
Yes, please.
Voodoo is the best, and I'm going to use it in so many things.
All praise, Thanet. Thank you. All praise. Let's get a round of applause for
My
that.
god could beat your god.
I bet you can't.
My dad could beat your dad.
You know what? I bet Baron Zamdi could totally fight Cthulhu. Or, you know what? Even Thanet.
I want an
Well, Thanet
animation
doesn't
of...
fight. That's his thing.
I want an
Yeah,
animation of
like-
Baron Samedi just beating the
Yeah,
shit
whatever.
out of Cthulhu.
Well, I mean, that's just Smite.
that's-
You
that's
ever
fair.
played against the Baron in Smite as Cthulhu?
I haven't, actually.
Baron wins.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, but anyway, so that was the Degeneration Podcast, the
Also,
podcast
it's
for
Baron
the
Samedi.
Degenerate Generation, and
I
I
will
will
kill
see
you.
you guys next time. Say bye,
No, you
everyone.
Bye.
Bye. I'll see you guys
No.
on Monday.
No.
I don't know what I'm streaming, but it'll be something.
These nuts. Stream Tiny Tina's. Get Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
So on Tuesday, I'm going to receive a paycheck, and therefore I'm probably going to buy Tiny Tina's, but I'm not sure.